Hello guys, what's up? Hopefully everyone is well. Today I will discuss about graphic design. There are a lot of questions about graphic design. The first question, what is graphic design? I will show you some question and some answer. At least first some new on graphic design. First question, what is graphic design? Graphic design is the craft of planning and creating visual content to communicate ideas and messages. Graphic design, everywhere you look, look around, see everything is touch of graphic design. From billboard to Corel box to mobile apps, through incorporation different element and principles. So design can influence our perception and emotion. Graphic design, also known as communication design, and graphic designer are essential visual communicator. They bring visual concept to life most commonly through graphic design software and inform or engage consumer through text, graphics and image. I said it again, most commonly through graphic design software, and just like graphic design software like Photoshop and Illustrator, InDesign, After Effects, Premiere Pro, like and more others thing, and inform or engage consumer through text, graphics and image. Graphic design is one way that companies can connect with consumers. Design can be used to promote and sell product, to convey a message, or to develop a brand identity. Though some graphic design has commercial purpose, graphic design can also be a form of art and expression. And then another question, what are the elements and principle of graphic design? What is the elements and principle of graphic design? Some common principle and elements I will show you. First, the element and principle of graphic design include line, color, shape, space, texture, typography, scale, and dominance and emphasis, balance and balance. Together, they work to create visual applying work that conveys a message. First of all, first element of graphic design, or first principle of graphic design is line. Lines are present in nearly every design, whether they are straight, curved, thin, thick, dashed, long, or short lines. Lines connect to any 2 points. I said it again, lines connect to any point. They are useful to dividing a space as well as directing the viewer attention in a specific direction. So I tell you about another more graphic design elements is called color. Color is perhaps the most important obvious element of a design. It can create impact right away, and it is noticed by everyone, even those without a design background. Colors can be used in backgrounds or within other elements like line, shape or typography. Color create emotion and moods. For example, red can present passion. Red color can present passion, and green can represent nature. Greens mean we know nature color is green, as like tree or others, forest. One of the most important graphic design element is shape. Shape, also known as form, it is combination of lines. Shape can be circle, square, rectangle, triangle, and or others abstract from other things, or as like oval, other things. Most design include at least on shape. Mostly, most design include at least on shape. Similar to color, shape have different association. A circle may be used to represent unity, whereas a square could represent structure. The color, style, background, and texture of a shape can all influence the viewer perception. I will tell more about graphic design. Another element of graphic design is space. White or negative space is crucial in design because it is enhanced readability for the human eye. Good design will utilize space to give other element room to breathe. So I will tell another graphic design element is texture. Very important. Texture has becoming more commonly used, replacing single color background. Texture include paper, stone, concrete, brick, and fabric. They may be stable or obvious and be used springly or lively. Texture can be helpful to create three-dimensional appearance. Okay, then another graphic design element is typography, like text. I will tell about typography and text. When working with text, graphic designers need to consider the relationship between how text looks and that it says. Typography is the art of arranging text in legible and engaging way. Different moods or emotion can be expressed through different type choice. Good typography should create a strong visual hierarchy, provide balance. Provide balance and set it right tone. So another graphic design element is scale. The scale and size is object. Shape and other element can make certain part of design more dynamic. Scale can be used to create the scale and sizes objects, shapes, and other element can make certain part of a design more dynamic. Scale can be used to create a visual hierarchy. Using scale, graphic design can create focal point and highlight important area. Another graphic design element is dominance and emphasis. Dominance and emphasis create focal point in design. It helps with the design flow and can guide the viewer to other part of the design. I tell it again. Dominance and emphasis create the focal point in design. It helps with the design flow and can guide the viewer to other part of the design. Another most important graphic design element is balance. Graphic designer need to consider how design elements are distributed. Balanced design offers stability while unbalanced design can be dynamic. Balance is achieved through shape, color, texture, line, and other elements of graphic design. One of the most graphic design element is harmony. Now I tell about harmony. Harmony is one of the main goals in graphic design. In a good design, every element needs to work together and complement each other. However, if everything is the same, a design can become monotonous. Design need to strike a fine balance between harmony and contrast. And in Wikipedia, there are a lot of things about graphic design in Wikipedia. So I tell something new about graphic design by Wikipedia content. In Wikipedia, graphic design is the profession and academic discipline whose activity consists in projecting visual communication intended to transmit a specific message to social groups with a specific objective. Design is based on principle of from follow a specific function. Therefore, graphic design is an interdisciplinary branch of design, whose foundation and objective revolve around the definition of problems and the determination of objective for decision making through creativity, innovation, and lateral thinking, along with manual of digital tools, transforming them to proper interpretation. This activity help into optimization of graphics communication. See also graphic design. It is quoted text. It is also known as visual communication design, visual design, or editorial design. It's I told about the Wikipedia concept. The role of the graphic designer is in the communication process is that of encoder or interpreter of the message. They work on the interpretation, ordering, and presentation of visual messages. The design work can be based on customer demand, a demand that ends up being established listing linguistically, either orally or in writing. That is, that graphic design transforms a linguistic message into a graphics manifestation. Okay, now I tell you, I'm talking about graphic design, some main common things. Graphic design was as a field of application defined areas of knowledge focused on any visual communication system. For example, it can be applied in advertising strategies as like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or it can be applied in aviation world as like drawing or space exploration. In this sense, some countries graphic design is related as only associated with the production of sketch and drawing. This is incorrect since visual communication communication is small part of the huge range of type and classes where it can be applied. With origin antiquity and the Middle Age, graphic design emerged as a distinct profession in the West in 19th century, and its evolution allowed to consideration in the 20th century. Given in the rapid and massive growth in information exchange today, the demand of experienced designer is greater than ever, particularly because of the development of new technologies and the need of pay attention to human factors beyond the competence of the engineers who develop them. According to the American Institute of Graphic Art (IAGA), graphic design is defined as a art and practice of planning and projecting idea and experience with visual and textual content. In other terms, graphic design communicates certain idea or message in a visual way. Those visual can be simple as business logo or as complex as a page layout on a web page. Or UX can be UI UX design can be. Graphic design takes graphical and texture element and implement them into multiple types of media, says designer Alexander Klufreitz. When asked to elaborate on the graphic design definition, it helps the producer connect with the consumer. It conveys the message of the project, even campaign or product. A graphic design can be used by companies to promote and sell product through advertising, by website to convey complicated information in a digestible way through infographics, or by business to develop an identity through branding, among other things. Sorry for the inconvenience. I will try to present something more beautiful. Uh, I hope you viewer like this word or my some graphic design concept. Thank you for watching video.